are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always with my brother Tim, and once again our special guest Terry Edelman. And today it's college football Saturday. We had 3 games picked out for that. If you guys want us to go over any other games, just let us know in the live chat. We also have a full slate of NHL. That's why we brought on Terry Edelman here, and we have also NBA as well. So NBA. I guess. So hopefully it'll be a good day. How are we doing so far this morning, Terry?
Not too bad. I'm awake and it's 10 a.m. here, so it's pretty good. Good start to the day.
Yeah, nothing like starting your day, waking up and being able to talk about sports.
For sure.
But before we get into today's slate, what we usually like doing on the show is we like looking over what happened yesterday, what went right and what went wrong. And for me, what went wrong is the Leafs. All right, next. The Leafs absolutely screwed me yesterday. I had them first period puck line. I had them full game puck line. I had them team total over. And they did absolutely nothing of that. I did have the Stars, who gave me an absolute heart attack and then won the game in overtime. And then my best bet last night was Vegas against Edmonton on a back-to-back with Mikko Koskinen playing a back-to-back. And they still lost. That was a very frustrating game for me there. And then in baseball, we had the over. But I did cash my plus 225 on the Astros to win the pennant. Hopefully they can go on to win the World Series. I have a plus 550 ticket on them to win the World Series. And then in NBA, I had the Pelicans, who didn't show up. I had the Nuggets, who couldn't cover. I had the Kings, who couldn't cover, so I'm giving up on the NBA. And that was about it for me. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I think you should just stop betting my NBA stuff because you're the reason for 2 out of 3 of my losers. But now I once again 4 days in the NBA and 4 profitable days. I had one of the easiest cashes that I'll ever have, and in the Knicks, they won by a lot. I thought that, and then I think that the Indiana Washington over kind of topped the cake on that one. That one was over in the freaking third quarter. That one ended up finishing 135-134. That was my last Woody standing pick. On to Saturday. This is weird. I normally don't last that long.
That's what she said.
Yep, there we go. Thank you. I had Boston yesterday, which didn't necessarily work out. I had the Nets, and man, that Nets team. I was following that one. Yeah, even Terry was following in our group chat, and yeah, there was points where Boston was down 14. They were down 12 in the fourth quarter, and then went on a 13-0 run, and then won the game. Fantastic. That one was the make or break pretty much to my profitable night. That made me profitable last night. I was on the Denver -7. They won by 6. Whatever. I was on the Kings +6, and they kind of blew that one in the last minute of the game. And then I was on the Phoenix, which that game was a lot. Don't let that 10-point game change your mind. That game was a blowout. The fact that it only got close because the Lakers won this fourth quarter by 17 points. That game was a blowout. Phoenix covered easily. So it ended up being a 4-3 day there. So happy about that one. Another profitable day. I think I'm now 12-7 in the NBA to start off the season. So can't complain about it, and ready to move on. I know I have, I think, 6 plays locked in for today.
Sounds good. How was your day yesterday, Terry?
3-3 day, but I cashed a plus 300 in the LA Kings and Dallas draw. So that was a nice cash. And then Oilers money line, I doubled up my unit size for that, and that was plus 110. So that was good. And then Iowa Wild, if you can bet AHL,
that's what that was.
Okay. I was going to be a good team. So it's Minnesota's farm team, right? So it's the AHL. But Iowa is going to be a good team this year. Even without Marco Rossi in net, Iowa still won by 3. Or sorry, without him playing forward. They still won by 3. So that was a good win. And then I tailed all of Tim's NBA plays. So I got to watch the NBA with some excitement there, and things were looking like really good for it. And that over in Indiana, Washington,
Easy.
I thought it was like the wrong quarter. I'm like, it's the second quarter? I'm like, why does it say it's the first quarter? It's like, that's second quarter points. And then I realized that I looked at the spread. I'm like, holy crap. There's a lot. So
that one kind of shout out to me because Indiana was always a high-paced team, and Washington last year was a crazy high-paced team. I was a little bit concerned when Bradley Beal got ruled out before the game yesterday. And then I saw what was like a 70-point first quarter. I'm like, okay, no, we're fine. By the time I was getting on to a show for Picks and Parleys, it was halftime 73-73. I'm like, Allie, just go ahead and mark my last Woody standing pick a winner, and I'll see you tomorrow. But it worked out, and I have a couple of good plays today, so hopefully we can get other easy cashers.
There was a Picks and Parleys post in the group on Facebook about a hockey. You won a hockey shirt or something, and I actually put the LA and Dallas draw as my pick. So yeah, like everybody else is putting like this money line, and I'm like, LA Dallas draw. I'm gonna go ballsy plus 300, and then it cashed. So
yeah,
I hope I should get the shirt.
It's kind of like the last Woody standing with that, I believe, where you put in a play each day. So keep in mind next time for today, you could put stuff up to minus 150 juice. You don't have to go batshit crazy.
Hey, it cashed. I hope somebody in the world tailed me on that because
I wish I did.
I put Buffalo Sabres, so
I put the Stars.
Yeah,
there you go.
Melissa was on the Stars too, but
that works. Well, we can. Nick, we got games today to talk about.
I guess we do. Yeah,
all right, let's do it then.
Yeah, we'll kick it on off here. We have college football. I picked 3 games to go over. These are 3 games that I have plays on that are not premium. So we're going to kick it on off here. The Tennessee Volunteers are at the Alabama Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide 25-point favorites in this one. Total is 68 in this game. And looking at this one, let me get all my my stats up here. We have Tennessee coming in off of, I believe, a loss last week. Not prepared for this right this second.
Good job.
I know, just a true professional here.
I thought they won last week. No, they lost to Mississippi State. That's right, with the golf ball and the mustard container.
Yes, with the golf ball and mustard container. Yeah, and looking at what these 2 teams have done against the spread so far this season, though, Alabama is actually, I believe, 6-1 against the spread, 4-3, my bad, against the spread this year. On average, they do lose to the spread by 1.4 points a game. On the other side, Tennessee's actually been not bad. They are 3-4 against the spread, but when they do cover the spread, they beat it. On average, they beat the spread by 4.6 points. And I think this is way too many points here to give Tennessee in this spot. Tennessee's offense has looked a lot better this season. I took Tennessee plus the 25, and I had this game projected around 19.5, 20. So I do see some value here with the road dog in this spot. I think that this game could be a 14-point game at halftime, and then Alabama coasts to a win at the end, towards the end, and just wins like 42-21 or something along those lines by 21 or so, and they take care of business in that one, but don't cover. So for the first game here, I'm looking at the Tennessee Volunteers at plus 25.
Yeah, I feel like if I was going to go after this game, it would be a lean towards the over. I know 68 points is a lot of points, but you're getting 2 high-powered offenses in Tennessee and Alabama, which Alabama is scoring – Tennessee's scoring 39.3 points a game, which is 11th in the nation. Alabama's not really slacking either. They're scoring 45 points a game. That's 4th in the nation. So – if anything, I would expect a high-scoring game here. Alabama coming off of a beatdown of Mississippi State. Poor Mississippi State had to play Alabama after they got their first loss. That's not really that nice. But I do think it's going to be an over game, if anything. Personally, I bet our 5 premiums, and that's it. I really haven't looked at college football today because I will mention this, and I mentioned this during when there was baseball season to go along with it. The best days to bet sports other than football are on Saturday and are on Sunday. So I love betting the NBA. I love betting baseball. I love betting all the sports on Saturdays and Sundays during football season because the lines are going to be softer. Just because everybody's on football, not a lot of people are on basketball, hockey, baseball. During those times, you're going to get a lot softer lines. So, but for this game, it would be leaning towards the over, if anything.
Yeah. Joshua Thomas saying Cincinnati minus 28 in the game over. Yeah, I would lean towards that way at Cincinnati. I had them projected 29.5, 30-point favorites in that one. But moving on to our next game here, got to show a little bit of respect here to the Roadrunners of UTSA. They're now ranked 24th in the nation, and I believe in 2023 they will be moving to the American Conference along with a few other teams. I believe UAB and Charlotte. And
North Texas, Rice.
North Texas and Rice.
I don't remember the last one.
Me neither. Are all moving to the AAC. We have the UTSA Roadrunners heading to Louisiana Tech. Roadrunners are 6-point favorites in this game with a total of 59.5. And I'm going with the Roadrunners in this spot. This is a play I added last night that I was looking at all week. I had this game handicapped around UTSA minus 10. Guys, show some respect here for the Roadrunners, who are 7-0 this season and having a phenomenal season. And now, finally, they had to be 7-0 to be ranked. That should tell you everything you need to know. I like UTSA to get the job done here. And I think that they have a really nice chance of going unbeaten this year. After this, they have UTEP, Southern Miss, UAB, and North Texas. So it's not a difficult schedule for UTSA to end the season on. So I'm going to be going with the Roadrunners here, laying the 6 points in this spot.
I like it. Yeah, I really didn't do much research into these games. I'm on the NBA stuff.
Yeah. What's good, Turnsy? How are you doing today?
Hi, Turnsy.
We'll move on to the last college football game because I know we want to get into NBA, then of course NHL. The NC State Wolfpack traveled to Miami to take on the Hurricanes. Wolfpack 4-point favorites in this game, total of 54.5. And I'm on the dog here. I bet the Miami Hurricanes plus the 4 and sprinkled the money line as well. I had this game labeled as a pick'em, and I like Miami at home here. Yes, NC State has looked really good this year, and I mean they've looked like one of the better teams in the ACC. But I feel like this is a spot where at home, I think this is going to be a closer game than people expect. I could see this coming down to a last-second field goal. I had this game labeled as a pick'em, so I'm taking a shot here at the Miami Hurricanes at plus 4. And a sprinkle on the money line. You can get the money line for plus 145. I don't mind that at all. Miami plus 4 and plus 145 for the final game here.
Sounds good. Turnsy has a play.
Let me get to the chat here. I'm on Northwest.
Northwest plus 24.
I didn't. They're against Michigan. I didn't bet that game. I was leaning towards Michigan, though. I just didn't get around to betting it. I was leaning that way. I had this game labeled at Michigan around 30. They should be 30-point favorites, so that's where I was looking for that one. Francisco says, "What's up, gentlemen? I like Ole Miss. I'm on the other side. I'm on LSU. I bet LSU plus the 7.5 in that game."
Give the like.
All right, we will move on to the NBA now.
Woo!
Right.
Come on.
The Atlanta Hawks are at the Cleveland Cavaliers in this one, Tim. Hawks are 7-point favorites, total of 222.5. What are you looking at for this game?
Yeah, this will be the first time that we get a game before 7 o'clock today. This one will start at 6. Get the Atlanta Hawks, Cleveland Cavaliers, 7-point spread. This line just came out recently. I personally didn't get to this game. Looking at injuries, Travis Garland is questionable. Oh, he's out. Oh, no, he was out against the Hornets. But there's not really much injuries in this game to really go off of. It would be a lean towards Atlanta, most likely. Cleveland on a back-to-back after being in Charlotte last night. No, sorry, they're in Cleveland. Never mind. It's a back-to-back for them, but it's a home back-to-back, so really can't put too much stock into that. It'd be a lean towards Atlanta. I'm going to be a lot higher on Atlanta than most people will be this year. I just think they're a good team. Trae Young comes into their own, and I think that you could see Atlanta possibly win by double digits. Personally, I didn't get to this game. We've got 8 games on today's slate, and I got to 6 of them, so I will have some plays.
All right, sounds good. Looking over the chat here, Francisco likes Purdue with the points. I don't mind it. You guys like the Heat minus 4.5, Tim?
We're about to get into that game.
Indiana on a back-to-back overtime game. Heat looking good. And that's a good little transition there, Turnsy. We have the Miami Heat at the Indiana Pacers here. Heat 4.5-point favorites in this game, total 224.5. Are you looking at what Turnsy likes with the Heat here?
Yes. Personally, I got the Heat yesterday at -4. It's up to a 4.5. So I have a couple of cases tonight where I kind of beat some line movements. Yes, I like Miami on a back-to-back, or I like Miami against Indiana. Indiana's on a back-to-back. Granted, their first game was it was in Washington, and now they're going to Miami, so it's not that far of a trip. It's like a 5-hour bus ride, 6-hour bus ride, something like that. But no, sorry, a lot longer than it's probably like that would be a plane ride, so like 2.5-hour plane ride. No, but it's nothing crazy to go off of. But Indiana, I'm not really sure what we're going to get out of them this year. They kind of choked away last game as well. So 2 straight choke away games. I was on the over for last game. It would be a lean towards the over in this game just because Indiana plays at a high pace and Miami can shoot, but I like Miami in this game. Only thing that will be a little bit concerning, Kyle Lowry. He's questionable for today's game with a left ankle sprain. So that would really impact the depth on this team. Other than that, for players that guaranteed out, Oladipo, as projected, is out. He'll be out for a little bit, and Karis LeVert is out for a little bit as well. Other than that, no real significant injuries in this game, but I'll be on the Miami Heat in this one.
Sounds good. Over to the chat here. Timberwolves over Pelicans.
We'll get into that one in just a minute.
And then Indiana D is so bad.
Yeah, it's not pretty. I mean, that's an understatement. They allowed granted last game was in overtime. They allowed 123 points to the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, I'm pretty sure their defense is pretty bad.
Yeah, but we'll move on here. Dallas Mavericks are at the Toronto Raptors in this one here. Mavericks 3.5-point favorites in this game. Raptors are total 216 in this one. Are you looking at getting involved in this game?
Yes, I am. And this is another instance of bet your lines early. I got Dallas at -3 instead of 3.5. It's just a little bit of a line movement, nothing crazy, but still it's enough. It's something to say, oh, I was on the right side. I'm on Dallas. It's a back-to-back for Toronto. They're going from Boston up to Toronto. And I think it's a letdown spot for them. They just came off of a big win against a Boston team that I did not expect them to win against. They won by 17 plus 15, 32 points against Boston. Seriously? I would never have projected that one. I'm going to be on Dallas. I don't really like to back certain teams on back-to-backs, especially Toronto with a lack of depth, especially with Pascal Siakam still out. It's a Dallas player, nothing for me in this one.
All right, sounds good. We'll keep it moving along, but we do have Ryan saying, boys, what's good, Ryan? How are you doing?
That's
Money Mac. That's Money Mac. I was going to say, I was looking at that logo a little bit more. That's Money Mac. I'm not talking because I don't know.
Do we need to have that guy in the chat or?
Nick, yesterday Tim was like, when they were going over those games, he would say, "Oh, Terry," and then I'd be like, "Oh, I don't have anything." So he at least like asked me, or instead of me just sitting here like the whole show quiet, just not saying anything.
But study up, Terry. Yeah, come on, Terry. I'm starting to learn hockey. Like, I know the Sabres are going to win the cup. I just purchased my Buffalo Sabres shirt yesterday. Unfortunately, Nick gave me a player that's. I can bring myself back in, you idiot.
You gave him a player that's.
Well, who else are they gonna? Who else are you gonna get? I just told Tim.
You chose that on purpose. You chose on purpose. So
no,
you would buy a shirt of someone who was going to
no. Basically, the way I described it to Tim was, it's basically like if you were going out to get a Mets jersey now and getting David Wright, like that. I mean, it's almost like going and getting a player that used to be on the team. It is what it is. He's the best player that Buffalo ever had. Moving on. Chicago Bulls are hosting the Detroit Pistons in this one. Bulls are 8.5-point favorites. Total 213.5. Terry, what are you looking at for this game?
Nothing. But I do have something about the next game. So.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow. Okay. I like it.
All
right, Sam?
This one will be one of the couple games. I had 6 plays. Yeah, this is the other game that I passed on. If anything, it's a lean towards Detroit plus the 8.5. It opened up at a 9-point spread, so I'm not really too big on this game. It would be Detroit just because you're getting a back-to-back game from Chicago. Granted, they won last night. I think they're at home. So really, yeah, it's a home double back-to-back against New Orleans and then Detroit. So 2 bad teams. So I have a feeling, yeah, I passed on this game because I could have either seen this one being back and forth towards the end of the game, or Chicago's going to win by 30. So I didn't really have a good grasp on this game. It'd be a lean towards Detroit just because I like to fade certain teams on back-to-backs, but this was the only other game that I passed on.
Fair enough. Come on, you're supposed to have plays on every game.
You have plays on every game?
No.
Okay.
So Tim, talk me off the Minnesota Timberwolves here.
Yeah, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves -7 hosting the New Orleans Pelicans in this one. Total 228. Terry, you said you had a play on this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know NBA very well, so I'll be flat out honest about that. But they looked pretty damn good against Houston. I know Houston's a bad team in their first game. But yeah, I'm a Wild fan, so I kind of cheer for other Minnesota teams. So if Tim says that the Buffalo Sabres can win the Cup, then Minnesota Timberwolves can win the NBA title, whatever that's called. Sorry, NBA fans, but
NBA Finals, yeah.
NBA Finals. Yeah, the Timberwolves are going to win the NBA Finals this year. So.
Yeah,
at home by 7. And isn't New Orleans' best player not playing? What's his name?
Yeah, Zion is out, and he's going to be out for a foot injury. Remains without clear timetable, but expected to have minutes restrictions when he returns. I don't expect to see him for a couple months. I think it was pretty extensive. That being said, even with New Orleans on a back-to-back, I like the Pelicans. I want to grab them plus the points. It's just, I don't think the Minnesota Timberwolves should be faves to really anybody besides, say, Oklahoma City, Houston, and Orlando. That's pretty much it. Those are the only teams they really should be favorited against. And the fact that they're 7-point favorites against New Orleans, yes, New Orleans is on a back-to-back. But I just cannot trust this Minnesota team to cover a 7-point spread in this game. I got New Orleans. I personally, I got it at a bad line. I got them at plus 5.5 because I figured this one would only get closer, and it's only gotten further. So not really what I was hoping in this game. Sometimes you get good line movements. Sometimes you get bad ones. This is a bad line movement for me, but I'm on New Orleans in this game. I think they could even win outright.
Fair enough. Looking at the chat here, we can continue on with our stream. We got our supness.
Good.
He took the Bulls money line.
God damn! What is that?
For my 23. Are you serious? 23 legger.
Yeah, see, I don't do those.
Turnsy leans Detroit Pistons as well.
Yeah. Oh, you're a Detroit fan. Hold on.
$1 million. Scheifele is still out against the Preds tonight. Minnesota and over 228 for Lex.
Go Timberwolves.
Pels plus the points for Turnsy.
Yes.
You need to watch NBA before I ever bet NHL. I bet NBA. When a star player is out, the Pels will cover.
That has not happened the first 2 games against Philadelphia and against Chicago.
See, what I would look for is if I'm looking to bet an NBA team and they announce one of their big players out, I'd be more interested in betting them because you're going to get an extra couple points of value on that one. Like if they announce LeBron James is out, the Lakers can go from like a -5 down to a -2. I'll look to bet LA there. That's just a hypothetical situation.
Right?
Zion hasn't played a game this year.
Yeah, he hasn't played a game. No.
Oh, he hasn't. Oh, okay.
No.
He said, Money Mac says, I know Turnsy, him, and Wheeler are killing my fantasy team right now. Who's out for the Pels? Zion.
Zion Williamson.
I grew up in NOLA. I don't like him, especially without Zion. Fair enough.
That's fair.
Zion's the engine there. It's going to be a tough bet without him, yeah.
I just think 7 points is too much to give him.
All right, we got 3 more NBA games to go over. The Milwaukee Bucks are at the San Antonio Spurs in this one. Bucks 7-point favorites. 223 is your total. Anything you were looking at, Terry, or we're going right back to Tim?
No, as a person that doesn't really know NBA, looking at this, Milwaukee is a really good team, so I would probably lean with Milwaukee. But like I said, I don't really know NBA and didn't really cap it. But
Tim?
San Antonio used to be a good team, right? But
yeah, they used to be a good team. That's back when they had
Tony Parker,
and Manu Ginobili. Yes,
and Tony Duncan.
Yes, Tim Duncan.
Tony Parker, Tim
Duncan, and Manu Ginobili. But no, they're not really good that well anymore. They had a good win. I think they won by like 26 in their first game. Granted, it was against, I believe, against Oklahoma City. Orlando. They played Orlando. And then they lost last night to Denver. They covered the 7-point spread, but they still lost last night. They're going from Denver in the high altitude back down to San Antonio to play tonight's game on a back-to-back. I'm on Milwaukee. It's just one of those spots, even with Brook Lopez out, Drew Holiday is probable, so he'll probably play. I still like this Milwaukee team. I think they get the job done against a San Antonio team. I know it's early in the season, but on back-to-backs, I'm going to start fading certain teams, and San Antonio is one of those teams I'm going to fade tonight. I think Milwaukee, after getting absolutely embarrassed against the Miami Heat, losing by as much as they did, they come out tonight and they win by double digits in this one. So I'm taking Milwaukee minus. I got them at -7. Once again, another bad line movement for me. They're -6 now, but it's whatever.
Yeah. By the way, I just got a notification. We do now have a line and a starting pitcher for the LA Dodgers. It'll be Walker Buehler on 3 days rest.
I am on the Atlanta Braves.
Dodgers are -155, a +145 run back with the Braves here. Probably stay tuned on our YouTube page on the community post. I'll probably put out Dodgers first 5 run line. I need to dive into this game a little bit more though, but the first 5 run lines -115. That's probably where I'd look for that game.
What's Atlanta +1.5?
-130.
There you go.
-130?
I'm probably just going to go Atlanta money line in that one. I don't see why not. Walker Buehler on short rest back in Atlanta. Walker Buehler didn't pitch good in his first game. Why do we think he's going to do good in his second game? I don't know.
Who knows? Any thoughts on that game for you, Terry? Real quick, the baseball game that we just got lines for.
Well, I'd be on. I'm going to be on Atlanta in some way. I was going to be on them. I was going to play them yesterday, or I wrote them down yesterday. Atlanta +1.5. And then I found out that Scherzer's out. So I was like, oh, darn. Yeah. But the odds haven't changed too much. So I'm still probably going to be Atlanta plus 1.5 and maybe a sprinkle on Atlanta money line.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm probably looking
I hope that's not Montreal.
Oh,
sorry.
What are you saying?
Turnsy in the chat says Montreal Bucks money line parlay.
Yeah, that's probably the Canadians.
About Montreal Canadians.
Yeah, we're gonna get to
who else would you talk about?
Yeah, we're gonna get to the chat here. Go through all these comments, and then we'll move on to our next basketball game. I couldn't touch a lot of NBA and hockey for my parlay. That's why it's not 20. Next, Terry, you will be happy to know I'm on the Wild today.
Wow, that's a wild thought.
Yeah, VRB got to grab some info for college football. All right. Oh wow, Terrency, I'm going over on that game. Fair.
No, I'll be going over that game.
Going over that game. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, it was just 20.
Next.
Yeah. Ohio, is that Miami of Ohio or Ohio Bobcats Ohio Bobcats minus 20 and Penn State minus 1-2. I passed on both those games to be completely honest. Montreal and then the Bucks money line parlay.
Nope.
Plus 120.
I like the Bucks. I don't like Montreal.
Yeah. How's it going, guys? Let's go Astros. Yeah, cash the American League pennant play on that one. Bertuzzi can't play for the Wings today due to his vax status. What a freaking idiot. He's in where? Detroit is in Montreal. Oh, you can't play in Canada if you're not vaccinated. That's totally fair. I totally agree with what Canada's doing there, to be completely honest. We will go over that game later. Penn State minus 23. Yes. Ohio minus 20. Meh. Fair enough. Next game, Phoenix Suns are at the Portland Trailblazers in this one. 2.5-point favorites are the Blazers. Total 232 in this game. Where are you looking, Tim? We have 2 more NBA games left.
Yeah, this one is our best bet over on picks and parlays. So this would be the only basketball game we're not going to go over for today, just because it's on the slate. So
fair enough. We'll move on to the last game here. Memphis is at LA. LA 4-point favorites in this game. Total 225 in this one. Where are you looking at for the final game of the night?
I'm going to be on Memphis. I'm going to be a lot higher on Memphis than a lot of people. This is my dog of the day. I like them +4. I like sprinkle the money line. I still like Ja Morant as one of my possible MVP picks this year. I think he was 40-1 to win the MVP. He had a really good game his first time out. He had 37 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. He went 7 for 29 on the field. Ja Morant's going to be the future of this Memphis team. Even with Dylan Brooks out, I think that the Memphis Grizzlies put up a good fight and possibly even win this game. Kawhi, once again, out for the Clippers. And if anything, for a total, it'd be a lean towards the over, just because Memphis normally plays a high-paced offense. And LA, they can score. They got enough. They can hit threes, so that's a big factor there. But my big thing for this game is I'm on Memphis. I have a bet on Memphis. I'm going to be a little bit higher on them than most people will this year. They're going to be one of my sneaky picks along with the Kings, the Heat, and I think Washington could have a little bit of a sneaky year as well.
Sounds good. Turnsy saying Portland minus 2.5, and then the over 225.5 in the Clipper game.
I like the over. That's nice.
All right. Now we get to move on to what everybody was truly waiting for. We have the NHL, and we're going to let Terry now talk for once here.
Whoa. Hold on. I get to be, I'll stick Terry up here so that you guys are up on the top of the screen now. I get to be the host of the show. I get to be the pretty face. And we'll start going over some hockey games for you guys, because I know that's what Nick and Terry are really here for. We'll get to start off 1 o'clock game today. Ooh, there's 2 1 o'clock games today. That's cool. We get the New York Rangers in Ottawa taking on the Senators. Rangers 3-1-1 this year. Ottawa 2-2. Rangers are a 145 favorite in this game. Total of 5.5. And we're going to start it off with handing it over to Terry.
Awesome. So like yesterday's show, I did some, or not yesterday's show, the last show I was on. I like to go over teams' previous matchups uh, in the city they're playing, just to kind of see how they played their last few games. So I'm actually going against the spread or against the stats here, but Ottawa's 3-1-1, so 3 regulation wins, 1 overtime, and or 1 regulation loss and 1 overtime loss. They're 3-1-1 in their last 5 home games versus the Rangers. But you have to keep in mind that that was previous to like 2 years. It's been like 2 years since they played. So the Rangers are an up and coming team. Started off slow to the season, but I've really liked their last few games. I'm on Rangers money line in this game as long as Shesterkin is in net. Igor Shesterkin. It's unconfirmed right now. Matt Murray is in net for Ottawa. So, yeah, as long as Shesterkin is in net, I'll be on Rangers money line in this game. But if he isn't, then I'll pass.
That's fair. That's fair. Nick, what do you got for this one?
I've got nothing in this one for right now. I had this game priced around 130, 135, and that's kind of where it is. Be a lean towards the home dog in this spot because whenever the Ottawa Senators are at home and they're an underdog at home, I usually have some interest in them. They are one of those teams where I'm going to look to take that plus money when they're in Ottawa. They are coming off of a 2-1 loss against the San Jose Sharks in Ottawa, but then they did beat the Stars last Sunday. I did have them there, and I did have them in their opening game as an underdog against the Leafs. They were a pick'em against the Sharks in that game, so they're 2-0 kind of as plus money underdogs so far this season in Ottawa. So I'll look towards that direction if I were getting to this game. I was looking at the first period here. These are 2 vastly different teams when it comes to first period over-unders. All 5 of the Rangers' first periods have gone under the total, but 3 of the 4 of Ottawa's games have gone over in the first period. So these 2 teams are giving me 2 polar opposites for that one as well. So I'm just going to stay off this game. I think there's better spots on the card to get to, and I need to know kind of I need to know who's playing. It is projected Murray and Shesterkin, but we don't know 100% on that one. I would lean towards Ottawa, lean towards, I guess, the first period under if Shesterkin's in net, but I'm not getting involved here.
Fair enough. Turney says, damn, Nick, I think you need a massage. I could hear your neck crack.
My neck's been bad for years.
Washington Capitals -1.5.
We'll get to that game next.
Cool. Shay, that guy's name 5 times fast.
Shesterkin.
Clip it. I'm guessing you don't want to take a shot at that one. No. Yeah, neither do I. I like my dignity. I'm not going to either. We'll go ahead and move on.
2 times. I was supposed to say it 5 times in a row.
No, I don't even want to say it once. But we get to move on. We do have a decent size NHL slate today. Next up, we get the Calgary Flames taking on the Washington Capitals. Calgary 1-1-1 this year. Washington 3-0-1 this year. Washington is a -150 in this game. Total of 6. Apparently, I once again suck at putting totals in my thing. There we go. Total is 6 in this game. Nick, we'll start with you this time. Where are you going with this one?
Yeah, I'm going to start off boring, but for these 2 1 o'clock games, I don't have anything for them. It would be a lean towards Washington in this spot. I don't mind Washington in regulation. Could be interesting at -110. I think Washington's definitely a better overall team in this spot. It's going to be Jacob Markstrom and Ilya Samsonov, the projected goalies in this one here. Looking at these 2 teams, Washington still has Backstrom out. He's going to be he's on the long-term IR. Not really any crazy injuries with the Calgary Flames here, but on the road, I'm not looking to back the Flames here, even at a plus price. It'd be a lean towards the Capitals if I was getting anything in this game, but I'm going to make this a plain and simple pass here.
Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay. Terry, anything for this one?
So Washington's 3-1-1 in their last 5 home games versus Calgary. Calgary hasn't really won 1-1 so far, so they're kind of even. But I haven't really been impressed with how they started the season so far. Washington 3-0-1 is off to a good start. I'm liking how they're playing right now at home. They are at home, right? Yeah, they are at home on this Saturday. So they tend to do well from what I remember last year, Saturday afternoons. So I'm going to go Washington money line at home. I think they get the job done. Ovechkin probably has a big night. He's going for the goal record, so he's going to be trying to score every single night. And yeah, I think Washington Caps is a good way to look in this game.
So you guys agree with Fernando saying Capitals -1.5?
If I would go there if I was betting the game.
Sounds good.
If you want value, that's the best pick.
Yes, Nick did it. Yeah. And Turnsy said he shared the stream to Twitter and liked. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome, Turnsy.
We'll go ahead and move on. This will be the start. I believe it's a 6:00 game. Yep. Between the Anaheim Ducks and the Minnesota Wild. I guess it's a AHL team. Minnesota. Now, Minnesota 3-0 this year. On the other side, Anaheim 2-3. Minnesota's sizable favorites at a -240. Total of 5.5 in this game. And I think it's only right that we let Nick go first. No, we'll let Terry go first in this game. Tell us what we don't know. Okay. Anaheim Ducks, got it.
Okay, so I am a Wild fan. I'm not going to try to hide that, but
really,
today is tricky. So last year, Minnesota faced the Ducks 8 times. So obviously, Turnsy, no way, that's impossible. Don't bet that. But,
what's the juice on that one?
Who knows? Like plus infinity. But no. So Minnesota and Anaheim played 8 times last year. In the games in Minnesota, Minnesota's 4-0-1. So they lost 1 game in overtime. 3 of the 5 went to overtime. 3 of the 5 games. They were all close games. Minnesota didn't cover the puck line in any of them. So I'm kind of worried about going Minnesota puck line. And because of the overtimes that have happened, I'm kind of worried about Minnesota in regulation. And so far, like the Wild in their 3 games have been really close this year. So it's kind of worrying me. That's why I have some 3-game parlays at the end of the show that I'll go over that have Minnesota money line in it, because I think Minnesota money line is the safest bet, but obviously you can't really bet that on its own. So if somebody was going to go, if I had to give out a pick in this, I'd probably go Minnesota in regulation. But as I said, I'm unsure.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody's interested in his parlays, I'll throw up the screen share real quick. They're all right here. He likes Washington, New York, Minnesota, New Jersey, St. Louis, Minnesota, Carolina, Seattle. So he gave me those 3. I didn't put them in the scroller because we already have a lot of stuff in the scroller. So those are his 3 parlays for today. If anybody's interested in that, figure I'd throw that one out there for you.
Thanks, Sam. But yeah, that's the only way you can see it going in the game. If you wanted to go Anaheim plus 1.5, you could, but the Wild are due for a breakout game, so it's like, I don't know. We'll see. I'll be watching that game for sure, of course.
We kind of figured that one. Hey, Nick, do you have anything in this game?
No, I stayed off this one. I would be leaning towards the Wild on the regulation line, if anything. I had this game handicapped around Wild -245, -250 at home. I was joking around. Turnsy says Ducks -3.5. I said, well, you can bet the Ducks to win at 4 by exactly 4 at 40-1 and by 5+ at 66-1. if you were actually serious about that. He said LMAO, so I doubt he is. I was just putting that one out there. Looking at this one here, it's Cam Talbot confirmed in net. John Gibson is expected in net. If it was Stolzars, I would be more inclined to maybe looking at a team total for Minnesota. But with Gibson, if it's going to be Gibson in net, I do trust Gibson, and I think that that Anaheim should be trading him by trade deadline. One injury that's probably the biggest injury for this game is that Anaheim will be missing 18-year-old Mason McTravis, who did make his debut a couple of games ago, and I believe he scored a goal in that game as well. And they'll be missing him. But other than that, it'd be a lean towards the Wild in this spot, but I'm not going to try to jump on a minus 230 or a regulation at minus 150.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I think that in a case like this, in a case where there's any team that's over like minus 225, I think it would be ideal to look at the underdog in that one, because most of the time, yes, the favorite's going to win, but at a value, say if you can get Anaheim, over plus 200, they're plus 210 on according to covers. So if you can do that, all you have to do is hit 1 out of 3, and you're profiting. So I wouldn't mind going after Anaheim just as a value play per se. But what do I know about hockey? I'll get my ugly mug out of the big picture. We get to go on. Nashville. Oh wait, there was chat. There was a little bit of chat. Oh no, it was just Turnsy. Never mind. I get Nashville in Winnipeg taking on the Jets. Finally, a Jets team that's actually decent. No, they're actually not.
Don't go too far.
They're 1-2-1 this year. Nashville 1-3 this year. Winnipeg is a slight 128 favorite in this game. Total of 5.5. We'll start off with Nick in this game. Where are you going?
Yeah, for this one here, I'm going kind of a play that's a little off the books here a little bit. Looking at these two teams, it's going to be probably UC Saros and Connor Hellebuck. And to be completely honest, I was really high on Connor Hellebuck coming into the year. I said that he was a potential Vezina Trophy finalist. And he is gone and totally crapped on everything I said good about him. He's averaging 3.75 goals allowed per game, an .890 save percentage. The only thing I got around to betting in this game was yes goal in the first 10 minutes at minus 155. I put half a unit on it. Those bets, I'm only going to put half a unit plays on those because those are kind of like your fees and nerf fees when it comes to baseball. But looking at these two teams, shout out to Chris Otto for all his first period stuff and all that on Twitter. Winnipeg has scored in the first 10 minutes in every single game this year, and Nashville has scored in the first 10 minutes in 3 of the 4 games so far this season. So both these teams are putting up goals early, and I'm going to go that way here. I'm going to go first goal in the first 10 minutes, yes, at minus 155 for a half a unit play.
There you go. I don't mind that. Terry, anything for this game?
No, this game kind of I couldn't find a bet I liked in this game. Like I couldn't find a bet I was confident in. 4 of the last 5 matchups between these teams have gone under, but with the way Hellebuck's playing right now, I can't go under. So what I'm hoping for in this game is Winnipeg smashes Nashville around, tires them out because they're playing in Minnesota tomorrow. So maybe I don't want an overtime because I don't want both teams to get points, but I'd like a nice physical game. Winnipeg beats Nashville up a bit. That'd be fine with me. But I have no plays in this game.
That's fair. Hey, that just proves you don't have to have a play on every single game if it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But I know that, Turnsy just said he bet Virginia Tech minus 3 against Syracuse.
Already did that too.
Go Cuse. It's one of my college teams that I like. My dad's side grew up in Syracuse. Mom's side is UNC fan, so UNC, Syracuse, and now we live in ECU. So those are the 3 college teams I really like. So it's always sad to see us bet against one of them, but I didn't bet that game, so go Cuse. We get to move on. You get the Detroit Red Wings. I almost said Pistons because I'm in basketball mode. Taking on the Montreal Canadiens in this game. Montreal 0-5, yet they're minus 170 favorites against a Detroit Red Wings team that's 2-1-1. Are we getting an upset today, or is Montreal getting their first win of the season? Terry, I'll let you start on this one, seeing that you're already in the big picture.
No. So with this game, the best, with any Montreal game, is to bet the other team money line, regulation, minus 1.5, team total over, whatever you want. Just go, or even Montreal team total under, you could go as well, because they've only scored 1 or 0 goals in their last few games. That might have changed their last game. No, they're on 5 still. So they've scored 1 or 0 games, or 1 or 0 games, 1 or 0 goals in each game. So they're not scoring. They're letting goals in. They just look absolutely horrible. Detroit, on the other hand, had a good start. They looked pretty good. Their last game, they got shut out by Calgary. So that's a little bit worrisome. The fact turns, he did say, I'm drawing a name on his Mike Bertuzzi. He can't play because he didn't get his COVID vaccination. So he's not allowed to go to Canada for the Canadian games. Still in this situation, I would go Detroit. Montreal has won 3 of their last 5 against Detroit. But Detroit's an up-and-coming team, so that's true as well.
Yeah.
One player has more points than the entire Montreal team. They're just looking horrible. Bergevin's going to get fired soon. I'm hearing Ducharme is safe, but I don't really have faith in him myself. So I think Montreal needs to clean house. I talked to a Montreal fan yesterday, actually, and he's saying, "Oh, we'll turn it around. We'll make the playoffs. We're fine." And I'm like, "Why would you want to make the playoffs?" Shane Wright is in the draft this year, like a top Canadian prospect center that Montreal could really use. You're 0-5 to start the season. You're not going to have Price for who knows how long. Shea Weber may never play again. Tank. You're not going to win this year. Look at the division you're in. Look at it. You have to be realistic. Maybe sometimes I'm biased with the Wild, but so I can understand as a Habs fan I would be biased with the Habs. But looking at it from a neutral point of view, tank. Go for the top prospects that you guys need. You're not going to win this year. And the last thing you want to do is become a bubble team and just barely miss the playoffs or make the playoffs and go out in the first round. Mm-hmm. So that would be my thoughts on that. Detroit money line. Sorry, I didn't even go over my pick. Detroit money line is my pick in this game. But basically anything Detroit is probably the better side.
That's fair. And I wanted to bring up one question. It would be, do you think Montreal making the Stanley Cup last year was a bad thing for them?
Not last year, because last year they went on that miracle run and went to the finals. But obviously they didn't win. They lost to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But that might be making Montreal fans, they might look at that and be like, we made the final last year. We're good. You also lost Philip Deneau. Like I said, Carey Price isn't playing. Philip Deneau is their first line center. He went to LA. They don't have Price for who knows how long. I'm trying to think of anybody else left. I'm not sure. Edmondson, one of their defensemen, is injured.
Well, the reason why I mentioned a question like that would be because you're saying this Montreal team is not particularly good. You think they should tank everything this year. If they say they lost in the first round against Toronto, as they should have, say they lost 4-1 as they really well should have. Do you think that the coach might have been fired earlier and they would have been able to really know that they should start tanking this year, and that the Hab fans probably wouldn't be as optimistic this year just because, we made the cup, we could do anything? No, it was like a really, really good run, and you got there because Toronto choked. Winnipeg had one of their big players pulled. Vegas had injuries, and it's kind of a miracle run, but everything lined up for them to the point where it was kind of, I don't want to say it was an easy run, but it kind of wasn't as difficult as a normal team would get through there. So maybe this Montreal system is a lot more optimistic, because I see that a lot with like certain football teams that will be like on the bubble or make a wild card spot, and then all of a sudden, because of them making the playoffs or them making a good run, oh, we don't need to fire the coach. We don't need to do this because we can hold on to our players. Our core is fine. But in reality, they need to just clean house and move on.
Yeah, Montreal fired their first coach, Claude Julien, and I was kind of surprised. Like, there wasn't any reason to fire him. He was off to like a 500 start. I think he played 64. I think he coached 64 games, and now Ducharme has coached 64 games after that, and he has the exact same record as Julien did. I don't think Ducharme is a very good coach, but because he made the Stanley Cup Finals last year, he's not getting fired.
Yeah.
Bergevin, their GM, who a lot of Habs fans and a lot of non-Habs fans have been saying fire him for years. He's going to be leaving soon, and my prediction is that legend Patrick Roy will take over as general manager for the Montreal Canadiens, and who knows what kind of direction he'll take the team in, as he's only been a coach. But Montreal has some rough times ahead, but trust me, if you're a Montreal fan, root for them to tank.
Yes.
Because
tanking is always an option. Yeah, I just figured bringing up a point like that, I think that's a valuable piece of information to just try to go off of and pick your guys' minds, because you guys are the hockey people. I know I can compare it to other sports and stuff, but I know it's a big deal. Patrick Roy would be open hand slapping this Montreal players right now.
Yeah, he wouldn't be putting up with this.
Terry, you're Canadian. You should know the city of Montreal would burn if Montreal tanked after they're losing. They are already losing their mind after 5 games. I mean, I can imagine. Montreal lives for hockey. Yeah, that's what I figured. He likes the under 5.5. Sorry, we went on a little bit of a tangent. Nick, I know you haven't got to talk about the game yet, and we'll go ahead and move on.
Are you on mute?
Haha, yeah. I for some reason muted my microphone. I was filling up my water. My bad. Looking at these two teams, we have these. Both of them are really slow starters. Is one thing I've noticed. Montreal in the first period this year has only scored 1 goal in their 5 games. They average 0.2 goals in the first period, and Detroit only averages half a goal in the first period. They've scored 2 in their first 4 games. So these are two teams that start off slow. And Detroit's actually gone under in 3 of their 4 first periods. Montreal has gone over in 3 of their 5 games in the first period, but that's mainly because the other team is scoring. And without Tyler Bertuzzi in the lineup, I think that's going to slow down this Detroit offense a little bit. I like the first period under 1.5 in this game. I think we see a lower scoring in this one. Omar Ramirez said under 5.5. I would lean that way as well. But generally, when I'm going to start betting unders this season, they're going to be first period, so I don't have to worry about empty net goals at the end of the games and stuff like that. So first period, under 1.5, Detroit and Montreal. That's fair. We'll keep on moving on because we've been live for almost an hour, and we still have 8 more games to go through, so we're going to try to power through these if we can, just because we don't want to be live for another hour and a half long show like we were 2 days ago. Next up, Colorado Avalanche taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning minus 115 favorites in this game. 2-2 start for them. They're at home against Colorado. 1-3 start for Colorado. Total of 6. Nick, where are you going in this game? Looking at this one, I actually do have 2 plays on this one. I'm going to start off with the side, and I'm going to move to where I like for the total as well. We are getting a Tampa Bay team coming in 2-2. Darcy Kuemper in net for Colorado. Andrei Vasilevsky for the Lightning. Colorado has been very disappointing this year. They are coming off. Both these teams are coming off of 4-1 losses versus Florida. There's a little tidbit for you guys. And actually, the last two opponents for these two teams are exactly the same. Tampa Bay, they're coming off of a loss against Florida and a win against Washington. Colorado's coming off of a loss against Florida and a loss against Washington. I like the Lightning in this spot here. I had this game priced around -130, -135. So for Tampa Bay, so I do see value here with the home favorite. I'm not a huge fan of Darcy Kuemper in Colorado. He's not looked particularly great so far, and teams are scoring against this Avalanche team. And this Avalanche team looks like they've taken a pretty decent sized step back defensively so far this season. Since they won 4-2 against Chicago, they've given up 5 goals against St. Louis, 6 goals against Washington, and 4 goals against Florida. This is a spot where I think that they're going to try to get their defense under control here as well. Because looking at it, we have a Tampa Bay team who has gone under in all 4 of their first periods so far this season. Colorado has gone over in 3 of the 4. But looking at what these two teams do in the first period, there's been all of 1 goal in 4 games scored in Tampa Bay first periods. We've seen Tampa Bay and Detroit, that one game, put up 13 goals. The first period under still cashed. I think we can still see a high-scoring 5-4 type of game, and it's 1-0 after the first. Give me the first period under 1.5 and the Tampa Bay Lightning money line at -115. I got it at -105 yesterday.
That's pretty good. There you go. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to anything. I was texting a couple of things on Twitter and stuff. So, but we'll go ahead and bring Terry back. What do you think of this Colorado Tampa Bay game?
Yeah, I was just jumping on starting goalies to see if we have any updates here, and nothing for this game as of yet. Kemper has an .890 save percentage, and Vasilevsky has an .893 save percentage. So neither of those are good at all. And also Connor Hellebuck is starting for Winnipeg. So that's the past game we talked about, but it was announced. With this game, I'm going Tampa money line and Colorado Tampa over 6. So I see a high scoring game. Maybe not in the first period, maybe not right away, but I could see a really high scoring third period in this game. Colorado hasn't looked good, and as a Wild fan, I'm happy, and I hope that keeps going because they are our biggest competitor in the Central. So the more games they can lose and the Wild can win, the more ground we can make or we can have. So Tampa off to not the best start, but they're at home facing this Avalanche team. I think we could see some goals.
There you go. So. For you as a Wild fan, I wouldn't be too worried about Colorado. I would be worried about facing Buffalo in the Stanley Cup. And speaking of Buffalo, we get to go around. You know what? That was a perfect segue. I don't care what anybody says. I'm using that. That was perfect. We get Buffalo, who just suffered their first loss of the season. Minor step back, but it's still cup or bust for this Buffalo team. I personally, I probably should bring this one up just because I think it's 100% worth it. See if I can just pull up this one individually so that, there's no way to pull up just that bet individually, but I'll go ahead, share my screen, pull this up, just so that you guys.
Should I boot him for this?
Oh, no, wrong screen. Hold on. Yoink. Top of the screen. Stanley Cup champions. 66-1 Buffalo Sabres. I put $1 on it, and boy, will that be worth every single penny throughout the year so I can annoy Nick and Lenny all year long with freaking Ghost Sabres. Get it. No, sorry. We get the Sabres taking on the New Jersey Devils. I think we're starting back with Terry in this game. You loving my Sabres?
No, the Sabres win streak came to an end, and now it's time for a classic Buffalo Sabres 25-game losing streak.
No.
So, tonight in net, we do have Dustin Tokarski for Buffalo, who is a .952 save percentage, 0.92 goals against, which is absolutely phenomenal. But it's in one game.
Oh, don't do that. No.
And they are heading to New Jersey, who has a rookie goalie starting, Nico Doss. So Nico Doss will be starting for the Devils. Nico Doss.
Where are you seeing that?
Goaliepost.com.
Is it confirmed?
Yep, at 11:06 a.m.
Crap. Okay.
Nico Doss is pitching in his first game in the NHL. Nico Doss is starting net for his first game of the NHL. And New Jersey is without Jack Hughes. So that is going to hurt them. I was high and I bet New Jersey their first two games. And then I bet Washington against New Jersey the last game because did I not put a pick in for this game?
No. I'm sorry. I'm fixing one thing for me.
No, I was just looking at my list of picks, and for some reason, I had New Jersey regulation as a personal bet, but I wasn't really going to release it because I'm not sure if I'm going to play it or not. But this game is also hard. New Jersey without the odds aren't very good. I can't choose New Jersey money line, so don't have an official pick. No, I don't have an official pick for this game because I don't want to choose New Jersey on the puck line. But I'm rooting for Nico Doss here. From what I heard, he's a pretty good goaltender. So we'll see how New Jersey does. But this might be a 1-800-GAMBLER game.
Nick, I will say real quick, I'll throw myself in the big thing. I have my one official NHL play of the day. I got the...
All right, enough of this nonsense here.
Buffalo Sabres plus 173 on the money line. Let's go. Go Sabres. All right. Sorry. You know what? I don't take you out, so stop it. Nick, are you at least going to defend me and say how good my Buffalo Sabres are?
Hell no! The Buffalo Sabres suck. Even with Nico Daws in net, even with Jack Hughes out of the lineup, I don't care. New Jersey dominates in this game. This is when Buffalo comes back down to reality, and they're not the 3-0 team. We've seen them do this before, where they start off good, and then they have a mid-season streak of L14, and next thing you know, they're completely out of it. That's going to happen eventually here. And Turnsy, I can barely list 3 players on the freaking Buffalo Sabres. They're that bad. Because they're trading whoever.
Are you kidding me? I could list you all their players right now.
Yeah, because the roster is on your computer screen. But no, I'm taking the New Jersey Devils here in the first period on the puck line at plus 135. I think they come out and get a couple goals early. Yeah, please stop. They come out, they get a couple goals early in this game, and they put Buffalo where they're supposed to be, in the basement. I still like the Devils here. I think that they're going to be a solid team this year. Not having Jack Hughes is going to hurt definitely, but I would lean. I like the Devils here. First period puck line at plus 135.
And by the way, Turnsy, I knew about what's his name, number 9. Who's number 9 on the Sabres again?
I don't even know his name.
You know what? Nick was the one that. Yeah, I don't know.
Jack Eichel. He is injured.
His name? Oh, he's not on the starters list.
No, he's injured.
Okay.
He's asking to have a surgery done, and Buffalo keeps telling him no.
So he hates Buffalo, like 99% of the world.
Damn. I'm 100%. Yeah. You know what? You guys want me to get into hockey. I'm getting into hockey for the memes. Go Buffalo. For people betting under 1.5 goals first period, take a look at the no goal first 10 as well. You can make some big plus money.
Looks good.
Fair enough. We'll go ahead and keep on moving on. We got 6 games left on the slate. We get the Florida Panthers and the Philadelphia Flyers in this game. Florida, one of the couple undefeated teams left. They're 4-0 going into this game. On the other side, you get Philadelphia, who is 2-0-1 or 2-0-1. I'm guessing that's a shootout loss.
Yeah, they had a shootout loss against Vancouver.
Fair enough. We got Florida at around a minus 145 favorite in this game. Total of 6.5. Nick, we'll start with you. Where are you going?
I'm passing on this game, but this is definitely favored or pass in this spot for me. I hate the Flyers this year. I don't trust this defensive core. I don't trust Carter Hart, even though he's not looked absolutely horrible yet. I would be looking towards this Florida team total over. This is a really legit Florida team. They're coming off of a nice win versus the Avalanche. They're coming off of a good win against the Lightning. This is a Florida Panthers team. I'm expecting decent, good things from this season. It would be definitely a lean towards them. This is one game I did not get involved with, but it would definitely be Florida or nothing for me.
Well, yeah, I understand that one. That's the ideal. Terry, are you agreeing with Nick on this one?
I have 2 picks in this game. So the first one is the draw at plus 290.
Okay, this is your draw play of the day. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
This game, Philly's 2-0-1 to start the season. Florida's 4-0-0. 2 pretty good teams so far going against each other, with Philly being at home. I'm also on Florida money line because I do think Florida gets the job done and gets the win. But something is telling me overtime again, and that's what happened yesterday. Is my gut told me Dallas and LA was going to go to overtime, and that feeling is again with this game. So with such a high, obviously I don't throw a full unit on it. I put a half unit on it, but plus 290 is a great price. Close games happen, overtime happens quite often. So you have to find that spot that you want to go with the draw. But if you hit 1 every 3 draws, you're ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you bet it during the playoffs last year, you made a killing.
Yeah, so it's a good thing to bet if you expect close games. And so I have Florida money line and Florida draw. So as long as Philly doesn't smash Florida, then I'll be good. But the odds of Philly smashing Florida isn't too good in my opinion.
Yeah.
No starting goalie for Florida yet. Bobrovsky is probable. Carter Hart is starting for Philly. So, yeah, if Spencer Knight is in net, then I think it would be good to put Spencer Knight. You got Spencer Knight, Carter Hart, 2 young future goaltenders facing off. I think that would be good. Give Knight a second start. But who knows who's starting? But Bobrovsky's been amazing as well. So Florida is the best way to look, in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to see Florida give Spencer Knight more starts because in the beginning of the year, I think one play that I did kind of like, I didn't bet any futures, but I did like Spencer Knight at 9-1 to win the Calder Trophy. I just need him to get more starts.
Oh, breaking news. I am officially off the New York Rangers as Alexander Georgiev is starting in net for the Rangers.
All right, that's an easy stay off game for me. Or it'd be Ottawa or not. Oh, that's why the Ottawa lines dropped to now plus 115.
Yeah. So so I'm off the New York Rangers.
Fair enough. But we'll keep on powering through, and we'll go to a team that I know Nick loves after last night. We get the Toronto Maple Leafs in Pittsburgh for this one on a back-to-back. We get Toronto's at minus 150 on covers. It says that minus 165 for Toronto. A run back at plus 145 for Pittsburgh. Toronto this year 2-2-1. Pittsburgh 2-0-1-1. Total of 6. Terry, we'll start off with you again in this one.
So before the show, Nick gave me some advice, sports betting advice here that I'm probably going to take going forward. yesterday I was looking at this game and I thought, okay, it was 6.5, and I thought, okay, I like the under. The stats, the previous matchups, it's gone over and for the last 5 games, so that kind of worried me. But with Jack Campbell in net and Tristan Dujari has been announced in net now, or Philly.
Oh, he is confirmed?
Yeah, let me check that. I'm like 99% sure he is. Yes, he is confirmed. So with those 2 goalies in net, I like the under. I loved it at 6.5. I still like it at 6. But I would have rather got it at 6.5 had I played it last night. So you live and learn. Hopefully it doesn't land on 6 and then I get burned. But that's the only way I can go in this game. Jeff Carter's on the COVID IL for Pittsburgh, so they don't have anybody that can score, really, in my opinion. The Leafs off that horrible loss last night. I would expect them to try to bounce back, but they have not done too well in Pittsburgh, so I like the under in this game. And I rarely bet unders. I don't really like totals in general. So if I'm betting it, that means I like it a lot.
Oh, there you go. Nick, I know you love your Toronto Maple Leafs from last night. They really did you well. Are you back on them tonight?
1 second, I'll laugh.
Hold on. I'll do it.
There you go. Thank you for putting you where you belong. I'm on the Penguins in this spot here. Fading team off a back-to-back here with fading the Maple Leafs here, who I don't know what I was doing yesterday. I guess that I just need to stick to not triple up on spots here, especially with the Maple Leafs. But looking at that game was absolutely ugly yesterday, and I like Pittsburgh in this spot. They are at home. I know they're missing Jeff Carter, but I mean, this Pittsburgh's team's shown that even if they're missing players, it doesn't really matter. No Malkin, no Crosby, no problem. This Pittsburgh team's over exceeded expectations for me so far. And I get a nice little dog price here with them now at plus 143. Jeez, I missed a line movement. I got him yesterday around plus 120. And that line's only gone up. So I wish I had bet it later. That's just something that you have to deal with when you do bet games earlier, is you can be on wrong side of line movements, and that's just one of those cases here. I like the Penguins here. I think they should be a slight favorite in this game. I think they should be more like a minus 110 rather than a plus 143. This is a Penguins team that I think is better than people that I thought they were going to be coming into this year. And I know Terry and I were both super low on Pittsburgh heading into the year. But fading a team on a back-to-back plus money at home, you don't have to convince me too much to do that. Give me the Pittsburgh money line here.
I like it. That's fun. We'll go ahead and keep on trucking along. We've got 4 games left. Next one up, we get another undefeated team. We get the Carolina Hurricanes, who are currently 3-0 to start off the year. They're minus 140 favorite in Columbus against the Blue Jackets today. Blue Jackets 3-1. They're off to a pretty good start. And this total is a 5.5. Nick, we'll start off with you in this game. Where are you going?
Yeah, I like a total in this game. I'm going first period under in this one as well. So far this season, the Carolina Hurricanes have gone, or the Blue Jackets have gone under in 3 of their 4 first periods so far this season. Carolina this season has gone under in 2 out of their 3 first periods. And looking at what these teams do scoring-wise, we're looking at a Columbus team that only averages half a goal in the first period. They've scored 2 in their first 4 games. And on the other side, Carolina does average 1 goal per first period. They've scored in all 3 of their games in the first period. They're averaging 1 goal per first period. But this also, Columbus has yet to allow a first period goal as well this season. And Carolina has only allowed 1 first period goal, which was against the New York Islanders in that opening game. I like the first period under 1.5 in this spot. I would also lean towards the Carolina Hurricanes here on the road against the Blue Jackets. But my only play for this one's first period under 1.5.
That's fair. That's fair. Terry, anything in this game for you?
Yes, Carolina, Columbus. So I wasn't really high in Columbus to start this. Nobody
was.
I can't think of anybody that was high in Columbus before the season started. But they played pretty well. They played pretty well so far. But you have to look at who they were playing. I don't have it on my screen right now to look at, but they have not played anybody good yet.
Arizona, and they did beat the Islanders last game.
Wow. Sorry for you Islanders fans, but like I said, they still haven't played anybody good. So now they're going to face Carolina, and Carolina is undefeated. I'm on Carolina money line, Carolina in regulation. I think they get the job done. I would consider the under 5.5, but the way Carolina's scoring right now, and also if there is one weak part in Carolina, I still don't like their goaltending. It's done okay so far, but I don't really like it. So I don't want to go with the under, but I'm on Carolina money line and in regulation to get the job done.
That's cool. I don't mind that. I personally, I'm just the one introduced in the games. I don't know any of these games, so we just let these two knuckleheads talk about it, and I would trust these guys because they semi know what they're talking about. That's kind of why we brought Terry on. Nick is Nick, so do what you wish with these plays. But we got 3 games left, and we get to move on. We get the Kings taking on the Blues. Kings 1-2-1 this year. Blues 3-0 to start off the year. So another undefeated team in the Blues. They're a 170 favorite in this game. Total of 5.5. Terry, anything in this game?
Yeah, I'm on Blues in regulation. LA has played well LA played St. Louis very well last year. They're 3-2 in their last 5 trips to St. Louis. And you have to remember, LA has not been a good team. So the fact that they can go into St. Louis and win kind of shows that they can go in St. Louis and win. So
yeah,
I am unsure, and I'm not super positive about this game. Like, this isn't my best bet or anything. But if I had to lean somewhere, the way St. Louis's offense has been going with Los Angeles in the back-to-back, I think St. Louis gets like a 3-1 type game, 2-1 type game. So you can maybe look at the under just because LA's goaltender, they played quick last night. So their younger goalies they're younger. I keep thinking baseball's in my head. Their younger goalie's in net today, and he's better. I can't remember his name.
Cal Peterson.
Peterson, yeah. So he's better than Quick. So I'm going St. Louis regulation. Wouldn't talk anybody off the under either.
I don't mind that. Nick, are you thinking are you having some Blues today as well?
Yeah, I'm feeling blue about this game here. Fading the Kings off of back-to-back is definitely something I'm looking to do in this spot. I got it yesterday when the line was minus 160. I just laid the juice here on St. Louis. I think they're the much better overall team. They're at home. I like what Jordan Binnington's done so far this season, and this team is scoring. I mean, this is a team that put up 5 goals against Colorado. So I think this is definitely a Blues team that I remember saying during our futures show, Terry, that I was leaning towards them 16-1 to win the division. I think there's some value here on St. Louis. I think they're a very talented team. I like the addition they made with Pavel Buchnevich. I like that they didn't get rid of Tarasenko because he's a very big piece of that team. And the only one they really lost was Jaden Schwartz to the Seattle Kraken. So I think that this is still a really good St. Louis team. And looking to fade a team off of a back-to-back is something I'm always willing to do. And that's where the LA Kings are right now. So give me the St. Louis Blues. I just laid the chalk on this one, minus 160.
Sounds good. We do got 2 games left. I don't know where I was trying to go. Hey, the Islanders. Islanders minus 200 favorites in Arizona. Islanders 1-2-1 this year. The Coyotes 0-3-0-1. They have not won a game this year. Nick, do you believe in our Islanders, or are the Coyotes getting their first win of the night of the season?
The Islanders win. In no way, shape, or form am I laying -200 or any type of line here on the Islanders today. Arizona has proved that they've looked like absolute crap the first few games here. They even lost to the Buffalo Sabres, so that should tell you everything you need to know about this.
Hold on.
And let me talk.
Okay.
Arizona, I mean, they have, let's see who it was. And it's supposed to be Ilya Sorokin in net versus Karel Vejmelka in net for the Arizona Coyotes. Buckle up, Yotes fans. It's going to be a long-ass season. This is not going to be a fun year for Arizona. Am I betting them today? No. Am I betting the Islanders today? No. Am I getting to this game today? No. Maybe a first period under, but I don't trust this Arizona defense to keep it under 1.5. I can easily see the Islanders come out, score 2 goals, and push this first period over. So this is a no play for me here. I have no interest in betting this game. Terry, are you looking at this game at all?
Pass. No, so the stats, Arizona has won 4 of their last 5 home games versus the Islanders. All 5 games went under 5.5. So if anything, in this game, because Vejmelka has been pretty good in net so far, like with the team that's in front of him, he's been excellent in net so far. Facing the Islanders, Islanders goaltending has been a bit shaky so far, but they are known as a low-scoring team, right? So if anything, I would go towards under 5.5 in this game, but I'm passing because I can't. This game screams go stay away, 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
So I get it. No love for the Islanders, but we give your Wild some love, but no love for our Islanders.
It's because the Wild have actually. I was going to say it's because the Wild have actually won multiple games this year so far.
All right, fair enough. You got to use statistics to. No, okay.
Your Sabres, his Islanders.
Hey, yeah. Sabres have the same record, so I don't want to hear it. Oh, wait, no. Sabres have a better record than the Islanders. They're 3-1. So
just wait.
Sabres for the cup. But we get the last game of the night, and I'm pretty sure -2.
Okay, Turnsy, what do you want? I need some of that.
Is he from the future or?
Yeah, right.
Okay, but we do get the final game of the night. Vancouver in Seattle. In Seattle! First time I've ever got to say that. A home opener for the Kraken. Kraken are now a -142 favorite. They opened up at almost a pick 'em. They were a -112 at open. Total of 6.5. Vancouver 2-2-0-1. Seattle 1-3-1. Home opener for Seattle. Terry, what do you think for the last game?
Go Kraken. Their first game in Climate Pledge Arena in front of their fans who have been waiting for this team since they were announced a few years ago. Their team has finally played off to a 1-2-1, or is it 1-3-1?
1-3-1.
1-3-1 start. So not exactly the best start, but they did start their first 5 games on the road. They're going home. The arena is going to be loud. I'm positive about that. And they're facing Vancouver, who is projected and poised to be their number 1 rival just due to geographic reasons. So I'm going to go Seattle money line here. Maybe even look at Seattle regulation. I think this is going to be a good game by Seattle tonight to finish off the night.
There you go. Nick, are we on the Kraken for tonight?
Not at the price they are now. If you wanted the Kraken, you waited way too long. They're now a -140 in this game. And they were, I believe, a -115 yesterday.
Yeah.
I was looking potentially, if I were to get to this game, And I wanted to back the Kraken. It's a first period puck line type of play. Plus 165. Expect them to come out early. Expect them to score early for this crowd. And expect them to be energized for this home opener. Am I getting to this game, though? No, not at this price. I would lean towards the Vancouver Canucks. Now, at this price, it's a Canucks or nothing spot for me. I think this game should be more around minus 115, minus 120. I don't think the Seattle Kraken should be minus 140 favorites in this game. That's just a little bit too rich for my blood. I think the Kraken do come out and win this game, but at this price, it's a Vancouver or nothing spot for me.
That's fair. That's fair. Wow, guys, we made it. We made it through all the games on today's slate. Good work. It only took an hour and a half. We did it though. Yeah, that's all the games. We'll go over a recap because there's some games that we talked about over an hour ago that we need to reiterate so that everybody knows what to bet for the important sports like college football and the NBA. I'm busting on you guys, but before we jump into a recap and everything, what is it called? Homework? No. Announcements. Housekeeping. There you go. Housekeeping, as per usual. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Appreciate all the support. We hit 1,300 subscribers a little while ago, so keep on growing there. If you guys are interested, links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, and merch, all linked down below. So if you guys want to pick up some stuff, links down in the description for that. Picks and Parleys family. I believe Craig did his show last night. Me and Nick and now Terry are on at 10 a.m. today. Higgs is live now. We'll send you over to his stream after we're done here. I'll actually throw that link in the chat as I'm talking. If you guys want to go over and say hi to Higgs. I believe Allie is going to actually be live today around noon because college football is starting up early, so she wants to be on a little bit earlier today. No game time decision. There will be free picks on ESB, and I believe there will be some on Picks and Parleys as well. So if you guys want to check out that, a lot of stuff going on this today and tomorrow and the next little while. So stay tuned. There's a lot of content coming out. Obviously, follow Terry on Twitter at Let's Go Wild Pick on Twitter. Nailed it. But we'll go ahead and jump into a recap for today. I'm on a little bit of a lighter slate because I really don't have much hockey stuff. I'm on the Miami Heat minus 4.5, Dallas minus 3.5, Pelicans plus 7, Milwaukee minus 7 today, and Memphis Grizzlies plus 4. Sprinkle on the money line. And my favorite play of the day, we're taking the Buffalo Sabres plus 173 against the New Jersey Devils. Nick, go ahead and talk more.
Yeah, to recap my slate for today. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. I'm just trying to get over to where my stuff is for my recap. I'm going with for college football. I like the Volunteers, Tennessee plus 25, UTSA minus 6, and Miami plus 4, and sprinkle on the money line. I'm on the Lightning minus 109. I'm on the Tampa Bay Lightning and Colorado Avalanche under 1.5 in the first period. I'm on the Pittsburgh Penguins money line. I'm on the under first period for Carolina. I'm on goal in the first 10 minutes for Nashville and Winnipeg. I'm on the New Jersey Devils first period puck line at plus 135. Montreal and Detroit first period under 1.5, and laying the juice with the St. Louis Blues at minus 160 on the money line.
Sounds good. Terry, recap your plays for today.
So if for people that have been, or if somebody wrote them down or whatever in the bottom, I'm switching New York Rangers money line to New York Rangers Ottawa over 5.5. I'm doing that, and this is my single pick, and as well in my first 3-game parlay. So I'll just go over my picks quick. Washington money line, Rangers Ottawa over 5.5. In baseball, Atlanta plus 1.5. Maybe a sprinkle on Atlanta money line.
Yep.
Carolina money line, Carolina regulation, Tampa money line, Colorado Tampa over 6, Detroit money line, Florida money line, Florida Philly draw, Toronto Pittsburgh under 6, St. Louis in regulation, and Seattle money line.
I like it. I like it. Big slate today. Hopefully we can go ahead and cash some tickets, make some money. But that's going to wrap it up for today's slate. Want to thank you guys all for watching. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Turn on those notifications so you know each and every time we go live on the channel, which is every single day, either at 10 or 11 Eastern Standard Time, a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single day for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to wrap it up for today. Until next time, let's make some money, cash some bets. Got college football, NBA, MLB, and NHL today. Good luck, guys.